Hey, what's up everybody? It's your girl Tank. I'm making this video for a reason. First of all, I just want to say rest in peace to this student by the name of, I'm sorry, because I'm thinking about the story. And yes, anyway, I just want to say rest in peace to the student of Fairfax. Um, wow. By the name of Nick, and the reason why I'm saying this is because a family of a Fairfax teen has committed suicide um, due to bringing in some type of substance that I guess they said that was like almost like related to marijuana or weed, as some people call it. What happened was he was caught with this substance, and the high school decided to suspend him. And I guess the suspension led to him being transferred to a whole nother school. I understand that these types of things aren't supposed to happen, and that drugs itself, whether it's legal or illegal, are allowed to be brought into the school. But I've seen worse. I heard worse. You had people who bought guns. You had people who bought alcohol and would literally sit in the classroom and drink the alcohol. I mean, come on now. And then you have people who do it repetitiously. This was his first offense, and with them transferring him to a whole nother school, kicking him out of school, I think it was a little overboard. Suspending him, yes, so that it would give him time to think about what he's done, but I think it overwhelmed him so much to the point it made him depressed. Like, he felt like, wow, you know, I was treated so harshly. I was treated like a big time criminal. The way they described it on the news was that, they treated him very harshly. Nick, he was a football player at W.T. Wilson High School. Um, he wasn't too much, of a disciplinary problem, I guess. Um, but the way the school handled discipline was very rigid and hostile. Um, I'm going to read here what this synopsis says. The family of a Fairfax teenager who took his life as he struggled with the fallout of a high school suspension called for changes in the county's disciplinary policies. In a letter sent Monday to school and county officials, the six-page letter, which came a month after the suicide of Nick Stubben, who is, and I hope I said the last name right, if I didn't, forgive me, to his family, a 15 who was 15 years old, a football player from W.T. Wilson High School, asked for an end to punitive school transfers and a more, compassionate hearing process and punishments that are proportionate to the nature of the, alleged infractions. It was emailed to Fairfax Superintendent Jack D. Dale, copied to members of the school board and board of supervisors, and it was sent by the Rutherford Institute, which is a nonprofit legal advocacy organization that is representing the Steuben family. The letter called Fairfax hearing process harsh and unconscionable. Sorry, y'all. Lacking in due process protections. Dale responded to the letter with an email that cited efforts to review the school system's student responsibilities and rights handbook. I want to assure you that we do annually review our discipline policies, Dale wrote, noting that another review would be held in the spring. There's a lot more to it, but I will say Monday's exchange follows a growing debate in Fairfax about the disciplinary policies, which the student family believes were a contributing factor in their son's suicide. In other words, they felt as though that if it was handled in a different manner and a little more um, reasonable, in a calmer tone, I believe, um, that maybe the outcome would have been a little different. It says here that Nick Steuben was a sophomore at Woodson until last November when he was suspended for buying a single capsule of JWH018. That's JWH018. Um, Never heard of it until now. It's a synthetic compound with marijuana-like effects. In other words, it's not marijuana, but it gives off the effects as if you were to take in marijuana. The substance was legal, not illegal. It was legal. The team had checked it out online. School officials suspended him with the recommendations of expulsion. Nick was out of class for 2 months. He expressed remorse at his disciplinary hearing for what he said was a really stupid decision. But his parents said the hearing was adversarial, and you know the accused. I have no idea. But the team was transferred to a different high school and away from his friends, teachers, and football team. You gotta think about it. This kid had, developed a bond with these people, with these students, with his friends, with his teachers, and he had to be taken away into a whole new environment where he had to literally start over, where no one knew him or knew of him. And then it says here that his parents say were especially important to him as an only child. There's another problem. He's the only child in a family grappling with a medical crisis. He has a medical crisis. His mother suffers from, I think it says, amyotrophic lateral scoliosis. I think it is. Sorry, y'all, if I'm pronouncing the words wrong. Or in other words, I can pronounce this Lou Gehrig's disease. Um, so he has, a number of things that kind of hinders him. He's the only child who suffers from a family medical crisis, who he gets from his mom. So, a lot of things come along with that. It can be a mental thing, and with him, might have been a mental thing. Something that was dear to him, something that meant a lot to him, was taken away from him. And it made him get into that depression mode. And he didn't know what else to do, you know. His main thing was probably like, I don't want to go to another school where I have to start all over. You know, like, what would I be? And in his mind, he probably thought he was like the worst criminal ever for, how they treated him. So a lot of that plays a role. But once again, I want to say rest in peace, Nick. I'm pretty sure that you were a great guy, a great son, a great student, a great friend. And to your family, keep his soul in your prayers. Know that he is okay. He made a decision that probably wasn't the wise one, but the way he was feeling and how he was treated probably made him feel like there was no other way. And so he reacted upon his actions and his feelings. So yes, cry, let it out, But also keep doing what you're doing. Take action with that school. Take action with the school, because some things can be changed as far as how they do discipline. Because like you said, you don't want other families to go through what you have gone through of losing your son. Your family is in my prayers, and I ask everyone out there who has viewed this video to keep the family in prayer. God bless.